All right. We'll be getting started in 1 second, folks. Good morning, everybody. Good morning and happy Friday. Let me put my camera on here. There we go. Perfect. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm trying to be here with you guys a few minutes earlier because I know a lot of folks are interested and I want to spend a little more time with you. So also, I'm blaming the time change for it. I just can't. I'm going to sleep earlier, and I can't seem to sleep too late. I seem to can't sleep past 6:45 now. This time change, I vote that we put an end to it. All right, let's say hello to everybody. We got Kevin, we got Arnolfo, we got Ivano, we got Kevin, we got Robert, Pete, David, Sassy Trainer. Good morning, Armando. We got Minnesota Matt. That's always good. We got Frex, we got Bill, we got Bernie, we got Wade, we got Walter, Steve, Gregory, Stefan, Terrence. Good morning. Jody, Stan, Eduardo, Penny. Good morning, Penny. We got sleeping again. No, Kevin. Clyde is hiking in Oregon. Yeah, he's having a good time. Uh, Kevin, Warren, Javad, Next Gen, Ray. Good morning, Ray. Let's see here. Don. Hey, Don. Manuel, Jesse, Wesley. Good morning. Good morning, Nestor. We got Sandra. Good morning, Sandra. Happy Friday to you, too. We got Hefe. We got Jill. Good morning, Jill. Happy Friday to you as well. We got Keith, David, Frank, Robert, Dr. Luke. Good morning, Dr. Luke. Hope you're doing well. I'll talk about the market in just a second. We'll talk about what happened overnight. Catherine, Moondog, Robert. Good Moondog. I'm glad to hear you're coming home from the gym, not the hospital. That's always encouraging. We got we got a lot of people here. Is what we got. We got Catherine, Moondog, we got Robert, Dave, we got Gregory, Sergey. Good morning, Sergey. We got Devin, we got George, we got Colette, we got Stacy, Carlos. Good morning, Carlos. Raymond, Stefan, Whitco, Mr. Adam, Eagle Beagle, Charlie Clyde. We got Jimmy, we got Mr. Costa Blanca, 73 degrees. That's beautiful. Ivan, Brendan, Linda, Adrian, Harriam, Mr. Let's see, MG Andianco. Hello there. Randy, hello there. Richard, Joy. Give Matt a hug today. Okay. All right. Mark, Yuri, Aaron, Anu Kumar, good morning. Dr. Luke, we got Goose. Hey, yes, Mr. Gustavo, Goose. We got Tom, we got Steve, Julio, Diana, Greg, Henry, Michael, Becky, Robert, Pat, Ralph, Richie. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday to you. Happy Friday. We got a lot of people here is what we got. We got a lot of people here. We got High Ground. We got Krish, Mark, Lloyd, Barry, Alan, Omar. Hey, Omar, good to see you. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I'll post the update from yesterday in just a bit. Tony, good morning. We got Patrick. We got Illinois Grain Farmer. Good morning, everybody. Good morning and happy Friday. While you guys are coming in here, please, 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 if you don't mind, please go here to the gearbox and click 1080p. Do not let it stick you with auto mode, okay? Hit 1080p. That's the way to go. 1080p, okay? 1080p. And while you're there, if you don't mind, give us one thumbs up if you find this helpful, useful, and educational. and if you like pictures of Clyde. All right. Just remember one time, one time. Good morning, Texas Kirk, Devin, Karen. Good morning. Good morning, Karen the Shark. Hopium Addict. Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Aloha to you, Patrick. Good morning, Chirp. Chirac. Good morning, Chirac. Louis here. Diamond Jen is here. Plan on going hunting. Oh, hunting sounds good. David, we got James, we got Doug, we got Jeff, Steve, Matt. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm here a few minutes early today. I figured I'd spend a little more time with you in this market drop. Okay. Good morning, Kevin from Carlsbad. Carla, we got Richard, Jason, James, Braz, Peggy. Good morning, everybody, and happy Friday. Today will officially be 2 weeks that I'm in the new office. I am getting used to it. I still have to get comfortable with the regulating the weather. I get too cold. In the other office, I would get too hot. Here, I'm getting too cold. But that I can. You like Clyde, huh, Shamens? Yeah, he's awesome. Raining in Carlsbad. Yeah, but it's beautiful there, Kevin. At least you got that. Dragon Dawn. And oh, by the way, I know a lot. I got a lot of emails yesterday thanking me for the VIP room yesterday. We did some live trades. We did some really good stuff. And we were talking about the Pro Trader dashboard and day trading. I talked about selecting levels. I talked about using the scanner. Today, we're going to talk about how to transition the Pro Trader dashboard into options. How to convert the trade into an option trade, how to use Pro Trader Dashboard for pullback entries. That's something I haven't talked about in a while. When relative volume is hyper important and when relative volume is not as important, okay? I'll explain that to you as well. I'm going to talk about when to use the first profit target and when to go for the gold with the second one. And I'll do some live trade hunting with Clyde and Matt. You can find the VIP room in the live tab of the YouTube channel. And here's the link for today's VIP room, where I've already mentioned we're going to do part one. We're going to do today, Kevin, we're going to do part two, and we'll go hunting for some stocks together. Okay? We'll go hunting for some stocks together. And here is Customer Service Live. Cam and Gustavo show. I don't know what they're going to have on there today. I'm hoping that Mr. Goose and Cam tell me, but I don't know as of yet. But if you're just coming in, please hit the thumbs up button and please go to the gearbox right here and make sure you're watching at 1080p. Okay, right here. Make sure you're watching at 1080p. Right there. Right here. Make sure you're all the way up here. All right. Bought PDT just a moment ago. Thrilled. Can't wait to go over it. Oh, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. I have the Pro Trader dashboard on all day long. I literally have a screen just dedicated to the scanner, and I have several of the. Anyway, it's addicting. It's very addicting, and you'll always know what stocks and sectors are being bought up at any given time. It's really. It's the coolest. I mean, it's. I don't know what I'd do without it. All right, let's talk about the market. As we could see, the market is selling off pretty hard, mostly technology. The two biggest factors right now are whether the Fed is going to lower rates in December, which is coming up, and again, valuation concerns. Folks, I don't think valuation concerns are a deal because earnings came out twice as good as we were expecting. So again, if you want it to be valuation concerns, that's fine too. But I don't think valuation concern are a big of a deal. I think what the problem with AI is, I think everybody was expecting AI. I'm going to tell you what I think the problem is, and I'll explain it in a better way. Valuation concerns is when companies when the market is concerned that the companies are not doing well enough. Okay. What's happening with AI is it's not that they're not doing well enough, is that everybody assumed they were just going to do better and 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 better. And the problem is tech growth is not linear, okay? It doesn't just continue moving like this. And remember something else, everything gets priced into the value. So what we are seeing right now with a handful of even I'm doing it. I'm calling chip stocks AI stocks now. Now you got me doing it too. The biggest problem, biggest problem is not that they're not doing well, is that Wall Street was expecting them to do better faster. That's a big difference. That's a big difference. Okay. Well, you're saying to yourself, well, Roger, that's the same thing because ultimately the reaction is the same. No, it's not the same. The reaction may be the same, but not as deep and as broad. Basically, if a stock is not selling at an expected future value, it's going to fall back to its current to the expected value, which is what's happening right now with a handful of the AI stocks. But it doesn't mean that the companies are overvalued. It just means that Wall Street was expecting them to get somewhere faster. Do you see there's a big difference there? It's a expectation data versus actual valuation data. The companies are coming out with great numbers. It's just we wanted more. Very similarly to how investors expected interest rate cuts in December. And I was telling you, whoa, slow down, slow down. Don't. And the market now is saying, oh, we may not have them. So it's not the markets, it's our expectations of the markets. Okay. So it's not valuation, it's our expectations. And that's a big difference because earnings are actually coming out really well. So right now, the market is reassessing itself based on the expectations we had and putting in the expectations that we have now. That's what we are seeing right now. But as far as valuations are concerned, valuations are coming out really good. Now, I wasn't saying that till earnings came out, but earnings came out. We were expecting 7.2%. We got 14.8 last time I checked or something like that. So it's not the earnings. It's investors are continuously getting ahead of themselves. And I don't know why investors are getting ahead of themselves when we have so much uncertainty ahead of us. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, the sound should be the sound should be good. All right. So I just want you guys to understand. So what happens is when the market gets there, the market just has to come down a little bit, or the market just has to say, okay, we're just going to stay here till expectations get higher again. But earnings are good, folks. Earnings are good. The bond market, I'll give you that. I'll give the market that 100%. That, and I was saying that for over a month now. Why do they think that we're going to have a rate cut in December? Why is everybody was saying we're going to have a rate, and I was like, no, it's not a done thing. And I told you the market will be exactly where it is right now if the sentiment falls to 50%, which is where we are right now. Look, I'll prove it to you. Look, I'll prove it to you. I'll literally prove it to you right now. Watch. Right here. US futures have priced in a 49.6% chance of a 25 basis point rate cut. It's right here. Remember 97%, 49%? This is what happens when you go from 97% to 49%, right in this area. And don't say I didn't warn you or tell you about it. So you got head and shoulders right here. Here you have a neckline. By the way, head and two shoulders right here. Richie loves those head and shoulder patterns. So you got a head and shoulders patterns. The question is, are we going to break through the neckline? I don't think we're going to break through the neckline just yet, which is right here. I think we're going to consolidate here and possibly start coming back up. We'll see what happens there. Michael Burry's not shaking. He's out of business now. He's Michael Burry's out of business. Let's see. I just saw something about Michael Burry. Yeah, Michael Burry retired October 26th. He's done. He's made too many. He's made too many bets that were completely against the economy. Folks, if you follow Michael Burry, if you keep anticipating price action, you're going to end up like Michael Burry. Read price action. Don't anticipate price action. It's a lesson to be learned here from Michael Burry, okay? All right. So again, all right, let's go through everything. Bond market looks like it's stabilizing here. If the bond market is stabilizing here, we should have some stabilization from the stock market. I warned you yesterday. This is today, by the way. The bond market's going up. Okay. I warned you yesterday. If we break this area, we're going to go lower, and we broke this area and we went lower. But I also told you several days ago that there's a week and a half ago, I told you there's a huge amount of support here, and I believe this area will hold. And then I drew this line for you to give you some guidance around this area. And it looks like we're holding this area, but we no longer have an ascending triangle. Now, remember the word that I just said and the analysis that I just gave you. This is going to come back to bite us several times in today's analysis. See this ascending triangle? Remember I drew for you yesterday and I said bonds need to be up here. If bonds don't go up here, we're going to come down. Yes, I said it. Yes, you were all here when I said it. Remember, bonds need to come here. If bonds don't come here, we're going to have a problem with the market. And I drew this ascending triangle and I said nothing has broken out here yet. And look what we did afterwards. We went down and today we're coming right back up here. So it looks like we're holding this channel pretty good for now. And yes, I did say all this. Everything I'm telling you right now, go back a week ago. You could go back yesterday. You could see the ascending triangle. We had a long talk about it yesterday. Okay. US dollar. What's US dollar doing? As we expected, it's coming back into this range. Let's just move this along here. There we go. Move it. Yes, yes. You heard it, Tremens. I did. And now the US dollar is weakening, which will make it easier for energies and for gold to come up. I did. I analyzed this for you and I gave you the ascending triangle. And I said, if we don't break out, if bonds don't go here, we're going to come down. That's going to put pressure on the stock market. Yeah, I forwarded to you guys yesterday. Here, look. Here. Here you go. Proof of life, okay? There it is. Bye-bye, Michael Burry. That guy, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, he's next. Then we got Kramer, and then we got to bury Kathy Woods. But Michael Burry, bye-bye. Have a nice day. He's done. And I like what he's saying. My estimation of valuation of securities is not now and has not been for a while in sync with the markets. No shit, guy, because you're trying to anticipate what will happen instead of reading price action. Start reading price action in your next fund and your venture will be good. Give me a call, Michael Burry. Bye-bye. Have a good one. Price action. Nobody knows what will happen in the future. Nobody can. But the best indication you have is price action. Price action. Yeah, I just showed you his quit letter. Yeah. He did. Okay. So the bond market is driving the bus right now, and you see this ascending triangle, and I will talk about this obsessively today. But bonds are now back into the range. U.S. dollars coming off. The Supreme Court, I keep reading the Supreme Court case against tariffs, and I'm going to tell you, they were not buying it for a split second. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. But this is a descending triangle, and you could see how we're breaking this descending triangle to the downside. And I drew this for you, and I told you that we're going to stay here for a little while because there's a lot of support in this area right here. So I think we're going to come right here and stay here for a while. Mr. One Side. I like when you guys talk stocks amongst yourselves. Not politics, but stocks. Makes me realize you guys are learning more and more and more. Crude oil. What did I tell you about crude oil? Crude oil is weakening. Even with the US dollar going down, crude oil is weakening. It's below this level, and I think crude oil, if it breaks 58, you may want to write that number down. If it breaks 58, right here, I think we're going to come down back to this area and continue the downtrend. I'm actually, on one hand, I'm very disappointed about energy prices. Now, I'll tell you guys something interesting, okay? A few weeks ago, I was here and I asked you guys a question. And the question was, do you think food prices are lower since Trump came into office? And somebody here actually said gas prices are lower. I think it was Rick. I think it was Rick Rice. I have a pretty good memory. And but here's the problem, Rick. Gas prices are not lower for the right reason. Gas prices are lower because economy is slowing down. We want gas prices lower and economy strengthening. We are seeing gas prices lowering because economy is slowing down. When economy is slowing down, there's less stuff going on. So I like the fact that energy prices are going down for two reasons. A, it's good for our economy. Obviously, we pay less for gas. Number two, we stick it to Putin, which I want to do more than anything right now because of the war. But that's the good part of it. The bad part of it, it's not happening. It's not happening for the right reasons. Okay, so we do have energy prices down, but they're not happening for the right reasons, and that's the problem I have with that. I don't know why I didn't say it. I've been thinking about it for a couple of weeks, but yeah. So energy prices are down, but for the wrong reasons, and that's what's bothering me. Okay. Yeah, crude oil headed 45. I don't anticipate. I don't do that, Spider Monkey. I just react to price action. Okay, I just react to price action. So again, we have a pretty good support here. We do, but if we break this 57 area, I think we're going to come down. And fundamentally speaking, look, we've been tracking below the 50-day moving average this entire time. So I'm not really seeing any reason why, with the economy slowing down, valuation, interest rate, why this would rally right now. And the fact that the U.S. dollar is going down and crude oil is not coming down is a problem. That crude oil is going down and the U.S. dollar is going down is a double whammy because theoretically speaking, if the U.S. dollar was to go up, then crude oil would really drop. So folks, I'm just telling you the way things are. I have no bone in this. Gold. I still like gold. I like gold while we're in this area right here, but I would be very cautious right now. I would be cautious. On one hand, gold should rally if the stock market continues to see weakness, and we are at the 8-day EMA. So if you bought gold here, you should still hold on. If you bought here, no. But if you bought, up here. But if you bought here, you should hold on. I still like the 8-day. We may see a little bit of a bounce as a result of the market weakness. Okay. Yeah. I'm not trying. I wasn't, folks, just so you know, I'm not trying to start a political discussion on whether prices are too expensive or not. I was simply reflecting on the price of crude oil and reflecting on the fact that it is lower. And it's great that it's lower, but I don't like the reason why it's lower. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to get into this whole discussion of value, okay? And folks, if you're just coming in here right now, please take a second and make sure you're watching at 1080p, okay? I know we got a lot of people here in the morning, 1080p, okay? Please, 1080p. And if you give us one thumbs up, if you don't mind. Yeah, again, I'm not trying to be political here. This is not what I'm doing. And I like the fact that I wanted to continue going down, but I wanted to go down for the right reason, not because the economy is slowing down, okay? Yeah, just my comment there. Bitcoin is breaking down. It is going to be a catalyst on our catalyst watch today. Remember what I told you the other day? If we hold this, and I actually thought we were going to hold this because of the wicks, we're not holding this area. So we are bearish right now. We are below the 200-day moving average. We have, and remember what I said right here. I said I'm fearful. I actually said exactly this. I said I am fearful that what we are seeing here is going to happen here. In other words, we consolidated and broke down and made another level, and we did it. What I was hoping for was that all these wicks, and yesterday we had a wick too, that this was going to hold, but it's not holding. And we're bearish now. I'm short. Now I'm going to be looking for shorts in Bitcoin related stocks, and we have two on our list today, actually. Okay. That's what I'm thinking. Hamid, that's what I'm thinking too. I'm thinking the same thing. And notice, by the way, folks, every day, not every day, I'm being facetious, but every month, Bitcoin becomes more and more correlated to technology stocks. Have you noticed that? Whereas before, they used to be counter stocks. That's what I mean by it's becoming an efficient market. It's not an inefficient market anymore. China is cooling off. It's at the 50-day moving average. They were doing good for a while. They came back into this range and now they're back down. The only thing I want to tell you guys is this. If you're going to trade China or any ADR, please understand that what you're trading is their night session. They have a day session in China. And the reason you're seeing these gaps here, a lot of these gaps, and you will see a lot of gaps in any ADR, is because you're effectively trading their night session. They're trading the day session, and that's why you have these gaps, because these gaps leave emptiness in the night session. So be very careful when you're. I'm not really fearful. I don't think the environment between US and China is that bad right now. About a year and a half ago, I said, please stop trading ADRs when we were like this with China. We're not there right now, but I just want you guys to understand. And also, if you do trade ADRs, try trading with options as opposed to underlying assets because of the gaps, or use debit spreads, okay? I just want to make sure you guys understand. But I did talk about Bitcoin coming from here. I was really hopeful this was going to hold because of the wicks, but no. So again, I like China, but be cautious because of the gaps. Notice how gappy. It's not necessary. It trends really well, but it's got gappy. Some other stocks like NVO, I learned this two Christmases ago the hard way. Look at how it gaps. See how it's got gaps? It's very gappy. You're trading any ADR, you're trading the overnight session. By the way, the stock is breaking down. It's a nice bearish stock. Ooh, my dogs are going nuts again. I am so sorry if you guys are. What is an ADR? It's a, you know what? Let me it's basically when you have an asset that's traded in a foreign country so popular that we want to trade it in the USA. And we trade it in the USA based on the value overnight in the market where it's traded. So Novo, it's a foreign stock. Baba is a ADR. Any stock that's traded in the US based on a certificate of deposits, not based on the actual asset. Okay. See how gappy it is? See how it's got gaps, overnight gaps? These gaps aren't necessarily bad, but it's telling you this is basically omitting what traded during the day session in China. You understand? So anytime you see an ADR, you're not trading the actual asset. You're trading the night session for that asset. Okay. I'm so glad you can't hear them because I can barely hear myself talk. I know it's amazing because I can't hear anything except them, and you guys can't hear anything except me, which blows my mind away. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Let's talk catalysts. Let's talk catalysts. Just to save us all some time. Yeah, it stands for American Depository Receipts, but I wanted to explain. You guys got it. You guys explain it. But basically, what you need to understand is you're trading an asset at night here that's traded in its own country during the day. So you're getting the night session. So wherever it opens and closes during the day is where you're going to get the next open. You understand? So that's why you have the gaps. That's all it is. A lot of these assets are very tradable, very, very tradable. And I actually am currently short Baba personally. But just be careful. Be careful because of the overnight risk. Don't trade big size. Use options. Just try to understand you have a lot of overnight exposure because our overnight is their day session. Okay? Oh, no, Daniel, that's not true. Sometimes some of these stocks have Daniel, I don't agree with you because some of these stocks have really good momentum and follow through, like Baba, for example. There are some really good ones. And if you're not a day trader, if you're a swing trader, if you understand risk, that's okay too. So I don't disagree with you 100%, but I don't agree with you 100%. I'm kind of it's based on situations. All right. Do you guys want to give me catalysts? And by the way, the last 2 days, you guys gave me catalysts that I missed. So I really appreciate that. Okay, you guys are doing God's work. Thank you so much for doing that. While you guys are getting up the catalysts, I'll post some links. People are telling me they had a really good session in the VIP room yesterday. Well, guess what? Today is going to be part two. Part two. It's going to be a really good session. Okay, Minnesota Matt's coming in hot. Mags, chips, consumer discretionary, Bitcoin, Fed speakers. Um, let's see. How about let's see. There was it Europe or China? Yeah, Europe is down 1%. That's why I added it. I got crypto, mags, chips, infotech, and crypto, mags, infotech, chips, and Europe. You got mags, chips, consumer discretionary. What do you got consumer discretionary from? Is that from what is the consumer discretionary from? Tell me what your consumer discretionary is from. Let's see. Robert's got Fed, Germany. No, I don't follow Germany. Mags, healthcare, applied materials, a chip, crypto, healthcare. What came out in healthcare? Help me out, guys. What came out in healthcare? What came out in healthcare and what came out? Help me out. And by the way, a lot of people want to watch the replay from yesterday. Here's how you do it, guys. Look, start off, go to YouTube, right? Just go to YouTube. That's us right now, right here. Go to Roger Scott. That's not Roger Scott. This is Roger Scott. Right here. See my channel? You go to the live tab right here. Live tab. And here's all of the videos. Morning, yesterday's VIP. Yesterday's morning, the day before VIP, Wednesday's VIP. Wednesday morning, Tuesday VIP. They're all right here. Live tab. Here, I'm going to post this for you guys, okay? Live tab. Here, I'll post it in Telegram too. If you here, if you want to replay any VIP or morning video, they are on this page in order. Okay? They're right there. I posted in Telegram and I'm giving it to you right now. Here it is. If you want the one from yesterday, here it is. Yeah, that's the one from yesterday. Here, that's the one from yesterday. Everybody wants to see the one from yesterday. We're going to have part two today. That's the one from yesterday. Okay, there you go. I posted yesterday's video. I posted the link on how to get there. I posted everything for you, okay? Everything you need is there. Okay. So tell me, what was consumer discretionary? WBD? WBD came out. I think you're right. WBD, but that's infotech. That's infotech. That's not consumer discretionary. That's what I thought. Okay, that's not infotech. That's consumer. That's not consumer discretionary. That's info technology. Okay, so I got mags. I got chips. I got I got infotech, and I got Europe. CD. Okay, let me ask you, Robert Henry. Let me ask you a question. When you click this link, and I'm sure you did this already, did this say S&P 500, my friend? I'm just curious. And I'm not being hard on you guys, but how many times do we have to go through the same thing? I mean, if you want me to repeat the same thing every day, I'll do it. But I mean, how many times do we have to step in the same pile of shit? It's not an S&P 500 stock. Why would it be a catalyst? Okay, then it's not a catalyst. Folks, for the 1000th time, if it's not in the S&P 500, it's not a catalyst. Okay. Call customer service. I don't do that, Mark. Call customer service. Okay. It's not in the S&P 500. You're going to be watching healthcare stocks for nothing today. Okay. It's like getting ready for a parade and missing and getting the wrong date. Okay. So it's not in the S&P 500. Please, please. I don't mean to be a nasty, but please, come on. We've been doing this every single day now. Okay. You can't get it off your shoes, right? All right. Further losses following a tech let-off sell-off in the previous session. Worries over overstretched tech valuations persisted, and investor questioned whether the Federal Reserve will stick on track to cut rates. I'm very, I'm, I don't think they're going to do it simply for the fact that they don't have the data. See, my reasoning is not because the economy is good or bad. My reasoning is, how can you do this if you don't have the data? But maybe by this time we will have enough data. It's not for a while, right? Does anybody know the date? Does anybody know the date? Does anybody know the date of this? If you know the date, please let me know, okay? I'd like to know how far in advance the actual announcement is. Let me know the date. Because I'm thinking maybe by that date they'll have it. Tesla slumped, Intel slumped, RCX slumped, Disney slumped, Cisco did well, and we were able to close that the time spread with a pretty good profit actually. President Trump signed legislation to end the longest shutdown. Government reopened, removed source of investor uncertainty, paving the way for release of delayed economic data, including September job report as early as next week. December 10th. Okay, somebody says December 10th, huh? Okay, December 10th. Well, truthfully, I think I'm wrong. I think by December 10th we'll have enough data for them to come out. But again, I just don't know. I need to see what the data looks like. My ex-partner said to Fox News yesterday that October jobs reports will be published without an unemployment rate reading. Well, I mean, what good is that, Kevin? Kev, come on. All right, stubborn. Here's what the Fed has to say. December 10th. Okay, the Trump admin said they will not really. Yes, yes, yes. That's what I'm reading right now. I don't know about the good news, bad news, but I'm just reading what Kevin said on the news yesterday. I'm not interpreting it. Stubbornly high inflation and weakening labor market are deepening the divide amongst Fed officials over the best path forward. I don't like when they're divided. Beth Hammock said Thursday she remained focused on price stability, even as the labor market weakens, emphasizing reaching central bank's 2% inflation target is essential. I agree with her. Dolly said it's too early to determine whether policymakers should cut rates in December. I agree with her again. Alberto Musalem said policymakers should proceed cautiously with further rate cuts. I agree with him again. Kashkari said he does not support he did not support the last rate cut. Oh, wow. Tough, tough. Though he remains undecided on the appropriate course of December. Well, my comment to him is, dude, if you didn't support the last rate cut, I don't think you're going to support this rate cut no matter what happens because the data is not going to come in any higher. Again, I'm just making a comment. I don't know. I'm not gonna get into the what the administration wants. That's. I'll leave that up to you guys. We now have, as I told you a month ago, we now have a 50% chance of the Fed lowering rates, which is exactly where I thought we should be. And don't say I didn't tell you. I did. I drew the. Now we have a Head and Shoulders, and we have a neckline here, and I drew this for you a long time ago. So I don't want to hear anybody saying you didn't say it. You didn't say it. On the trade front, the senior Trump administration told reporters that U.S. will eliminate tariff. What? Eliminate tariffs on banana, coffee, beef, and what? What? How are we going to make America great again without these tariffs? I'm being very sarcastic. This is the best thing that could possibly happen because food prices are through the roof. Okay. Today, investors will focus on a lot of Fed speakers, which will be a catalyst, which I did not mention. Let me put that on here. Fed speakers. But we kind of know where they're going to say. They're going to say, we don't know what's going on. Yeah, this is great, but this is just saying that This is just an admission that food prices are getting more expensive. Okay, and remember, if the Supreme Court rules against Trump, this is not going to be an issue. And at this point, I'm about 80% sure they're going to rule against him. Europe is based on the not based on what I think, based on what they were saying during and their comments during the. I kept reading it and reading it last few days. I'm like, they're not playing, they're not buying this. Europe is down over 1%. This is in reaction to last night. Tech stock slumped, echoing global weakness. The benchmark is on track to post the biggest weekly gain since September. Since September. And overall, folks, the stock market's not doing all that bad. We're still very close to all-time highs. So let's not get too greedy here. China closed sharply higher, retreating from a 10-year high reached in the previous session. AI-related stocks tumbled. They can't say chip stocks. They have to say AI stocks. Tracking Wall Street sell-off in NVIDIA and other AI heavyweights that was sparked by uncertainty over Fed rate cuts in December. How about just say that AI is down because applied materials down? Why not just make it simple? Why do you have to make it so complicated, Alexander? Japan closed lower, tracking tech off in Wall Street. Chip stocks led the decline. The benchmark notched a modest weekly gain, even with all of that. And we already know what the catalysts are. So let's talk about the stock market, okay? Volatility, my friends. Volatility is now over 20. Big, big, big red flag. If volatility gets above this level right here, it tends to have two levels. This level where we're at right now, kind of this level right here, about 22, 23, and then 25, and then 30. This is panic usually right here, but this is still meaningful selling pressure. So let's see if we back up. What I'd like to see today is us opening here and closing down here. Okay? That's what I want to see. I want to see us opening here and closing down here. If this continues moving higher after the opening bell, we're going to have a problem. And I will be updating you every step of the way, I promise. All right. Total put to call ratio. Put to call ratio is still not panicking. We're not panicking. We're still here. We still are in the middle, which means we're fairly grounded right now. That people are not falling from the balconies and people are not cashing in their last weekend's money to go gambling in Las Vegas. We're not here or there. We don't have an extreme level of greed or fear. Real estate stocks. I wanted to show this to you guys. This is real estate, including commercial real estate. This is a 10-year chart, okay? It looks like we're coming to this level right here, this panic level right here. We've been here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times in the last 10 years. We're coming to this level. I don't know if we're going to break this level or not, but one major sector is coming towards really overextended selling levels, where it typically goes once a year, okay? And if you look at the broad market, which I'll show you right now here. Hey, Rock, good morning to you. And thank you all for participating. I really appreciate it. You could see here, we're below 50 again. We got to 50%. Now we're below. We got here, we're now getting back into the 30th percentile. Remember, we went to like 37, 35, and then we jumped back up. But this is still stable. The anchor, our anchor is still stable. Anything over, if this goes below 50, we're in deep shit. That's a bear market. We're not there right now. But we do have some sectors. If this was all green, I would be very worried about a crash, but we're already coming off pretty good. A lot of this is already red. So I'm not seeing any kind of crash or anything like that. We already are in a bearish environment right here over time. Dow is still very healthy. NASDAQ 100 stability in terms of the investor, we're still good. In terms of short-term swing trading, we're getting a little oversold. We're getting a little bit oversold. Okay, and you could see here, this is not a really crazy low level or anything. Here, let me show you. You could see right now. Let me just show you real quick. We're not really here or there right now. See what I mean? Look. See, we're kind of just in the middle right now. We're not really here or there. But if we were here, I would be really concerned about a crash. If they were saying and if the market was reacting and if price was here, but we're not there. A lot of stocks are already halfway down. So I'm not really anticipating anything crazy right now. Just a shakeout. That's it. At least as of right now. Number of stocks making momentum. We don't have a lot of stocks making 1 month highs right now, less than 100. And this number was very high. We had 262 going into yesterday. We had 280 coming into Wednesday, 225. We're right now taking it on the chin. To the downside, we have a lot of momentum. What about sector strength? Nope. All the defensive stocks are on top, and all the speculative stocks are at the bottom. Look at this, like a classic book here. Yeah, communication, consumer discretionary, QQQ, technology, Russell 2000, semiconductors, Bitcoin, they're all right here. All the defensive stocks are here and all the speculative stocks are here. Till we start seeing these stocks move into this range, you're not going to see a lot of upside. Okay. As far as directional stocks, you only have 50 stocks making 90-day highs and 168 making 90-day lows. This is not a huge momentum to the upside or downside, by the way. Just to want to let you know, there's not like 400 stocks breaking down. So we have some momentum to the downside and no momentum to the upside. Now let's talk about levels. Now, this remember I told you we're going to come back this little triangle, we're going to come back and revisit this. Okay, now this is where you have to put on your memory cap and I'm going to say I hate to say I told you so. So, look at the SPY. Remember I told you we can't break out. Look at bonds. Remember this ascending triangle 2 days ago? Well, I had about a 20-minute talk with you guys. And I said, we're having a trouble breaking up on the bond market. And I said, it's going to impact the stock market. Look, look at this line and look at these two bars. Now look at the stock market. Capiche? We're at the 50-day moving average. That's a support level there. That's a support level, assuming it holds. Very similar to this. And by the way, we have a higher low than here. So that's good. We have a lower high than here. That's bad. So we need to get back into this range. Look at mega caps. Remember, I drew two lines for you here in this area, and I said if we can't break up, we're going to break down. And I dare anybody coming here to say that I did not show you the bond market earlier this week, and I drew this ascending triangle, told you that bonds need to get up right here, get up right here. Hell, I might have even done a Picasso drawing. Hold on, let me go beginning of the week. I do a lot of drawings for you guys, and sometimes I don't remember. Oh, like right here. This is on November 12th. Little arrow here, arrow down here. This is the 12th. Today is the 14th. Remember all this? This is all in the channel. This is when I told you that I don't think things are going to hold and that we have some weakness. But I thought I drew a triangle as well. I draw a lot of stuff here for you guys. All right. Anyways, I did. Okay. All right. You certainly did show us. Okay, I did. I just want to make sure I'm not losing my mind. You were clear. Okay. I want to make sure I was clear. So you see how, and I remember I drew this thing for you on the bond market, and I told you we're going to stay. I told you there's a lot of support. I drew this like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and I said there's a lot of support here, and I think we're going to come down, but this is going to contain it. It's containing it right now. The question is, is it going to contain? Are we going to be able to contain this on the S&P? So mags are already below the 50-day moving average. Now the question is, are we going to break the support level? Okay, if we break this level, we have the 100-day. That's the next support. QQQ, QQQ. touch right at the 50. If this breaks, there's nothing to hold it back till we get down here. But let's see if this breaks. Remember, we're still in this area, not levels, area. Let's see if this breaks or just comes right back up today, okay? I wouldn't be going long today at all. No, 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 no. Well, maybe towards the end of the day if we start seeing a shakeout, but not as of right now. I literally have one stock in the pit, and we haven't been accumulating too many, and I have a pretty good stock in the pit. Okay, so you see this? We need this to get above the 50, or this is next. So just to regurgitate, or to repeat, not regurgitate, to repeat. We're still at the 50-day. That's a support. The next level is the 100-day. I'm doubtful we're going to break down. The mags, remember, the mags only have 7 stocks in them. And I told you in the beginning of the week, the big problem is going to be with chip stocks and mag stocks. Look where chips are. We're below this level. We're at the 50-day right now. The next level is the 100, but I think this will hold for now. Mags are already below this level, heading to the 100, and we'll see if the support level holds. If not, 100 is the next day. SMH, let's see if this holds. If not, we got the 100. And if we break the 100, do you know what the next level is? Let's see if anybody can guess what the next level is. I think we have some people here who are psychic. Can you guys tell me what the next level on chips is if we break 316? Hopefully, Tara. Hopefully. Come on, guys. You know the level. I gave it to you every day for 2 years. We got some old timers here. Yes, Dave. Thank you. You didn't think I forgot about 265, did you? 265. Right here. Right there. That's the year-to-date VWAP. I didn't forget about it. So if we break the 100, we're going to the 265 level. No, 265. Let's not, folks, I'm very consistent. 265. See how everything comes together? I'm glad you guys have a very good memory. I love it. I love it. All right, oh yeah, so let's now talk technical intraday levels. I'm going to be late to work again. Although lately I've been coming right on time. All right, let's make a TC 2000 up here. I know you didn't forget, Jill. I know. Ray, if you don't, people here will tell you why. People here will tell you why. That was our last breakout level. Apple's only down 64, only down 0.64. That's pretty good. Not bad. Holding on pretty damn good. Okay. I give you levels. Everybody wants levels. And again, folks, if you're not finding these levels useful, tell me and I'll stop posting them for you. But actually, I'm finding that most people are really getting a lot of value out of them. Okay. Here, let me delete all this crap here. Okay. Yep. You see, you guys remember. You guys remember. Karen says, what does Karen say? Yep, we were talking about a t-shirt. And there goes my dogs going crazy again. I'm so glad you guys can't hear them. It would be so embarrassing. They don't just bark, they howl. Because there's 4 of them, so they get it. Okay. All right. A lot of levels today. A lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of levels. Okay. I'm glad you guys remember that. Uh, yep, pack behavior. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, let me give you these levels. I love hanging out with you guys here. Anytime I'm a little down or whatever, I come here and you guys totally cheer me up. So I want to thank you for that. Okay, here we go. Got a great fan base here. A lot of really knowledgeable people too. Okay, I think that'll do it right there. A lot prep nuts, a lot, a lot. Yeah, I didn't forget about that 265 level, and either should you because that's the year-to-date VWAP level, or right about there. QQQ levels. Here's QQQ levels. And remember, these are intraday levels used for intraday price action. Okay. Market was crazy overnight. Look at this. A lot of volatility. A lot of volatility. Okay. Last few days, it's been really hard to do the mags because they've been very random. It'll be interesting to see in a few seconds to see if they were random or not. SMH levels. Let's do mags. Nope, they weren't random yesterday at all, actually. They look really good. I mean, not great, but they don't look random. They were really random the last 2 nights. Like, so random it was painful to do them. Okay. Okay, those are really good levels, in my opinion. Well, hold on. Almost there, almost there. Okay, those are good levels right there. I could stand behind those levels. Yeah, kind of hard to forget. Yeah, posting them for you. What do we got? We got bond levels. Oh, wow. Bonds are going up. Bonds are going up. So we're seeing some flight to quality, which is pretty good. They're not going up for the right reason, though. That's the problem. Okay, those are good levels. I can live with those. Folks, anybody using these levels, are you finding them helpful intraday? Please tell me. Otherwise, I don't, please tell me if you're finding them helpful. Let me know. Let me know. All right. TLT levels, and then let's do Russell 2000. Actually, I don't even know why I do Russell 2000, but I guess a lot of people like it, so I'll do it. Do anything to make you guys happy. There we go. Go. Definitely there. Okay. I could live with that. All right. Very. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Levels are very helpful. Very helpful. Oh, you do? Okay, good. Some people do use the best things I've learned from you. They have been one of the best things you've learned. Oh, well, that's good. Good, good. Well, I'm so happy to hear that. Well, good feedback. I'll keep doing them. IWM levels, Russell 2000. Okay, and they're going to be very important today for obvious reasons, these levels. Okay, let's do small caps. Okay. All right, let's see what we got, what we're working with today. Hmm, not one. That's rare, right? I mean, we always have like three or three or four. Not one. That's rare. I think that's the first time since we started doing it. Actually, it is the first time I am not even seeing ain't none, 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 not one, not one. Wow, that's cool, Culp. Good, 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 good. All right, all right. I got it. I got it. You like those levels. Thank True Steely. I appreciate it. That makes me very happy. Helping you find your own levels. Good, good, good. This is great feedback. This is the kind of feedback I need. I don't have any level. I don't have any small caps today, guys. That's the first time since we started doing them. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but would you agree that that's the first time we've been doing them? Thank you, Anna Veggie. I appreciate it. Um, I think that's the first time we haven't had any. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I then. All right, let's look at some stocks. Okay, shorts, shorts, shorts. That's not a small cap WTO. I could look at it. Actually, too cheap. 4 cents. I don't do stocks less than like 50 cents. Too cheap. It is first time. Okay, okay. I thought so. AMZE? No, it doesn't have the volume. I need the volume. It doesn't have the volume. Spider Monkey, no volume. Okay, well, hey, what can you do? We've been getting one almost every day. Uh, Circle, hymns. I don't want this company to go out of business. I have a vested interest. I buy their shampoo by the truckload. It's overextended, so I would want to see a pullback to the 8-day EMA and then shorting it. Okay, it's a little overextended right now. Oracle. Phil says, "What is wrong with your SPY indicator?" Nothing's wrong. Uh, uh, hey Phil, did you read that pamphlet that I gave you yesterday? It's part of the game, my friend. It's just how it goes. Yeah. For example, on Tuesday we had five straight losers. Excuse me. On Wednesday we had five straight losers, and yesterday and the day before we lost money. That's how it happens. This is very normal, Phil. Uh, Nothing is wrong with my indicator. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. I'll go through something with you guys. We have a few minutes left. I'm going to go through this with you today. Please don't go anywhere, Phil. I'm going to teach you something right now. It doesn't seem like you read anything. This is already at the 200 day. The fact that three stocks that I've just shown you that I like to the short side are overextended is a very good sign for the bulls, by the way. Let's see if more stocks are overextended. I got something good that I want to show you today. See how overextended these shorts are? That's a good sign for the bulls. Most of these shorts are overextended. It's a good sign. That's a nice short right there. PayPal. Um, I'm going to talk about that actually. Thank you for bringing it up, Phil. But why would you assume something is wrong with my indicator just because you had six losers? One guaranteed. What is guaranteed, Mark? Sorry, I don't know what we're talking about right now. I don't know exactly what we're talking about. No, he's talking about Trading Zone Live. He's specifically talking about Trading Zone Live. I'll explain to him in a few minutes how the world works. And I did respond to your email yesterday. Who was this? Phil, I did respond to your email yesterday. So, folks, I'm going to teach you in a few minutes what not to do, okay? TTD. We're going to use Phil as an example today of what not to do. TTD, right here, beautiful short, not overextended. Fast. Below the 200, nice grind. No, it's not about that, but I want to explain certain things to you guys, and I want you guys to understand them. We still have some time, actually, which is great. I'm glad you brought that up, Phil. Thank you for bringing it up. It'll be a session you'll never forget. VST. BX looks great, by the way, for a short, not overextended. Look at that, right at the year-to-date VWAP. So you want to wait for it to get below this level. That's a strong support. This is what I'm hoping we will not see on the chip sector, okay? Because if it does, it'll be at 265. Long stocks. Let's do longs. AVY. A little higher up, it'll be an A line. Uh, General Motors. J&J. EW. CAH. Core. Core. And L. L. Those are my longs. Okay. So I want to have a little session with you guys. And I want to teach you guys something. And I'm hoping I'm praying to God that, do me a favor, Phil, after I show you this, please send me an email and make sure you read what I sent you yesterday, because I'm afraid you haven't. So I'll go through it right now with you. This is a booklet that I wrote called Mind Traps Part 2. Okay. So let's say a system is 70% profitable. You're going to have 30 losers out of 100 trades, right? Right. Now, perception. Let's talk about perception. Phil and his perception. He thinks that something is wrong with my indicator because we had 5 losers in a row. At least that's what I think he said. 6 straight losers. 6, not 5, but 6. Yes. People are naturally irrational, and they often want to feel in control. The indicator is broken. That must be the problem, okay? As humans, it feels good to have a choice. When you're losing money, like Phil is in 6, he wants to feel good again because he's feeling bad, right? So it must be the indicator. It must be Roger. It can't be just randomness, right? You have to embrace randomness. You will never master trading psychology without becoming painfully aware of acknowledging your personal cognitive biases and your weaknesses. Okay? Okay? Do not attach meaning or emotional reaction to individual trades. Do not attach meaning or emotional reaction to individual trades. I just had 6 losers in a row. Your indicator must be broken. If you attach meaning to random outcomes, You will be doing what folks in insane asylums who listen to voices do. You have to remember the trade outcome from whether it's not from whether we're smart, successful, up or down on the session. Do not attach meaning to randomness. And each individual trade is random. Okay? I don't think he read that part. Give yourself the freedom to lose. You will create a powerful fearlessness. Okay? You don't look at each trade or each 5 or 6 trades. You look at the last 100 trades. Otherwise, you're dealing with randomness. Okay? You will never achieve your Do you think, let me ask you guys, do you think Phil, please explain what's wrong with your SPY indicator picking 6 straight losers? Now, do you see what Phil is doing? He's doing everything in here down to a classic moment. He's going to be afraid to take the next series of trades. He thinks the indicator is broken. Let me show you his reaction yesterday. Let me show you his reaction yesterday. And Phil, the only reason I'm doing this is because you volunteered yourself on here. So let me show you what Phil is doing and what you should never, ever do. Where's Phil? Come on, Phil, I'll find you here. Here's Phil. Look what he wrote to me yesterday. 3 strikes on SPY, losers today. Obviously, your SPY indicator sucks for 2 days. Obviously. Please, see, now you have 5 losers in a row. Give me a refund. Folks, if that's you, then you need to read this at least 20 times. You need to read this at least 20 times. Because if you do that, then you're doing what Phil is doing. And if you're doing what Phil is doing, you will never, ever become a profitable trader because you will always be living in the past or you will be living in the future. You have to live in the now. You know what I wrote to Phil when he wrote me the first email? You're going to get a lot more losers. You better get used to them. You know why? Because trading is full of losers. And in order to become a good winner, you have to become an amazing loser. Please read this. I'm going to post it for you guys right now in here. Please read this. And please don't be like Phil. Because what Phil is doing is he's going to give up a program that has a profit factor of over 2. See, Phil, over time, you won't know this because you're going to ask for a refund and your money back. But over time, that program has a win-to-loss ratio of over 2 to 1, which means you double your money over time. Over time, not in the next 5 trades. So, folks, I wanted to bring this to your attention because I don't want you to be like Phil. Please do not be like Phil. And Phil, what you need to do is you need to read this about 20 times, send me an apology letter, and accept the fact that you have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. And then we can have a normal conversation. Okay? So I'm going to post this for you guys. Please read this several times. What Phil is doing is what people in insane asylums do. Okay, here's the book for you guys. He's not talking about AlphaZone Pro. Yes, losers are part of it. Very tough to go to it. Very tough. It's very tough. But Phil doesn't even realize it. Phil says, there were my first 6 after joining, so you can understand my... No, I can't because I explained to you. You're going to have it, Phil, and you're going to have it, and you better take it, and you better get used to it, and you better like it. Because if you don't take him from me, you're going to take him from somebody else who actually doesn't know what the hell they're doing. Okay? Doing what you're doing is the same thing as somebody... You imagine this. You're putting your friend into the mental house because your friend is sick and he's hearing voices. And your friend is telling you, hey, they're telling us that this building is on fire. We have to go. And what you're doing is you're picking up your clothes and you're actually believing your friend. That's silly, right? You would never do that. But that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing, my friend. That's what you're doing. Okay? That's why you trade good strategies over time. If you go to Las Vegas, let me ask you a question, Phil. If you go to Las Vegas and you win your first, here's a good example. You go to Las Vegas and you win 10 in a row. Does that mean Las Vegas has lost its edge or does that mean you're lucky? what you're saying right now is, what your reaction is, Phil, is that Las Vegas has lost its edge. I'm saying that you got unlucky. See the difference, Phil? There's a big difference. You will not impact Las Vegas. You will only impact yourself. Vegas has an edge. You can't break it. Whether you have 10 winners in a row, you're still going to lose over time. Okay. All right. Well, he doesn't. And Phil, for the record, you didn't read the Getting Started guide because I say please paper trade for a month or two before you start trading with real money so that you can understand the propensity of the strategy. Folks, I have no problem with 6 losers in a row as long as we follow our rules, because over time we will make money. Before we had those 6 losers, we had 5 winners. Okay, just FYI. All right, I want you guys to understand that's what real trading is about. That's what real trading is about. Any guru who comes here and shies away from the losers and talks only about the winners and tells you how beautiful the world is and how you will never have losers is a dumbass. I am the real deal. I don't shy away from that stuff. You need to go through that losing experience. Folks, please read this 20 times. 20 times every morning and 20 times every day before you it's because I care. I really care, because I don't want to see people losing money and thinking that the market's broken or my system is broken. No, you should only evaluate yourself after every 100 trades. And the reason I'm staying here with you and the reason I'm being here with you where I should be going to work is I'm a little early. It only takes me 5 minutes to get to work, but it's because I care about you guys. You know why I wrote this? Because I care about you. I'm not getting any money for this. I care about you. All right, here's the link again. And there's a part 1 as well. Here. And if you guys can't get past what I'm saying right now, then you will never ever make money in the market. And that is a guarantee. If you don't agree with this, you just give it up. Hang it up. Just hang it up. Or if you thought it was going to be different than this, then hang it up. This is it. This is the reality. This is it. It's right here. All right. Thank you, guys. Folks, my job is to be real with you. Okay? My job is to be real with you. And when you day trade the SPY in the market right now, you can expect 6 losers in a row. What do I always tell you before I take every trade? I take this trade expecting 20 losers in a row. Has it ever happened before? No, but you never know. All right. Part 1, it's premium. I'll see you guys later. This is premium too, but I wanted to give it to you. So Phil, you do whatever you need to do, but I'm telling you right now, you're not thinking in terms of probabilities. Okay? And if you're not thinking in terms of probabilities, you're thinking in terms of the last trade, you will never ever make money in trading. And that's a guarantee, no matter who you follow. Okay? Bye, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Love you all. Have a great weekend. If you have a question, send me an email. Okay? Send me an email. I will gladly answer it. Losers are very good. They're very healthy, and we love taking them. And if you don't, you have a problem. Bye, guys. Have a great weekend. And Phil, I'm hoping that you will use your brain and you will say, hey, maybe I got it all wrong. Maybe I got it all wrong. All right? And by the way, Phil, ask me to send you the cumulative summary of the graph of every trade taken so you could see what the equity curve looks like. So you could see what 300-400 trades looks like, not 6, okay? I'll gladly send it to you if you send me an email asking me for it. Bye, everybody. Have a great day. Have a great day, everybody. I do care about you guys a lot, and I want you guys to succeed. And there's no monkey business, all right? Bye, everybody.